Nice gear.
I carry only the highest quality goods. Melissa Avery.
I didn't see it.
More people should learn to bark.
I have so much to do.
Kid, the worst we ever did was tip cattle.
When I was a kid, we never had cattle. Didn't even have pigs.
Apologies, Commander. Her Majesty is occupied. I've been asked to direct you to Countess Anise instead.
Melissa Aid.
Over here.
Commander. Too long.
Countess, the pleasure is mine. I thought I was meeting with the Queen.
My liege is indisposed. I appreciate your flexibility.
Oh, I hope all is well. Hate to see even more flippancy tossed at her feet.
I can certainly hope, but I'm afraid drama clings to her like a bad smell. Good luck washing the linens. But that's unimportant. For now. On my queen's behalf, I would like to extend an invitation. The first meeting of the Tyrian Alliance will be commencing in Lion's Arch. We would like to see you there.
The Tyrian Alliance?
Correct. Might be stuffy. But I expect some interesting developments. The world is changing. We know this. Between the demon attacks, Suwan and Oreen, we woke up to a very different world. Now, let's hope everyone is willing to keep it in one piece. Before I forget, your invitation.
It's a pleasure.
Respected Lions Archies.
Think you're...
Ready for anything.
Hold it. Name?
Commander, over here.
That you are. Didn't recognize the face at first. Fought alongside you during Scarlet's attack. Go ahead. Don't mind me, just being cautious. A lot of big names in this building.
It's a big job. Alice, Anise, this thing's really shaping up, isn't it?
No less cramped than any of Ash's hidden outposts.
Delegates and leaders are still arriving, but the turnout is impressive. My surprise is agreeable.
And nerve-wracking.
Everyone is comforted that you're joining us. You command quite a bit of respect here. Not all of us do the same.
Here we go.
You're modest.
Save that irascible demeanor for negotiations, Imperator. Go on. Mingle. As soon as a few more arrive, we'll get started.
Hello again. It is a genuine pleasure to see a familiar face in unfamiliar lands.
Welcome, Commander. I'm glad to finally have a meeting under less dire circumstances.
An empress and a queen. Dangerous combination.
Queen Jenna has been instrumental in Cantha's integration. I'm eager for these meetings to commence.
All I've done is make introductions.
With every trade organization and leader between the Shiver Peaks and the unending ocean. Such modesty. I'm hoping that today is productive, if not educational.
The latter, I can promise.
I, Countess Anise, liaison to Queen Jenna of Kryta, call all representatives of the Tyrian Alliance to council. Please, to your places. We've quite a bit to cover. First and foremost, the Pact and Orders send their regards. Structural changes have them occupied. But with that aside, the founding members have come prepared with opening statements. Affirmations of why we're here. As our mutually elected emissary, Commander, would you like to determine the order of operations?
What qualifies me to make that call?
You've had a hand in just about everything Tyria has endured since the retaking of Claw Island. We approve.
I imagine the Pale Mother supports this notion.
Sure, have at it. My queen.
Thank you all for your remarks. We gather on mutual ground as allies. For some, friends. We suffered the Elder Dragons. We saw a new Ilona and Cantha. We've endured much. But now, Tyria has the promise of tomorrow. The last decade was cruel, but standing united today shows promise that my father only dreamt of. However, it is not on kind terms that we gather. The Alliance was formed as a reaction to a new threat. Almost a year ago now, demons attacked our villages and farmlands. Your cities and homes.
48 dead in the mountains. An entire village burned to the ground. One attacked the grove.
2, just outside the gates of Rata Novus. They stank.
No casualties should be accepted. These attacks were calculated, I've heard. Our perpetrator? The Cryptus.
Cryptus? And what exactly are these Cryptus? Where did they come from?
The more pertinent question, how did the Queen discern this information?
Tone.
I've dealt with an Emperor's horde of petty banter, so I pivot. Queen Jenna, care to elaborate?
This information is as novel to me as it is to the Alliance.
I've heard rumors of your trustworthiness, Your Majesty.
No hyperbole until the Queen has spoken.
The triviality of Tyrian politics has not ceased its endless parade. Shall we have a mature discussion?
Introducing representation from the Astral Ward. Iskarin.
Iskarin?
I apologize for my friend's theatrics.
And Frode, Warden of the Astral Ward.
What's going on, Jenna? Answers.
Queen, if you wish to leave with all your limbs intact.
Calm, all of you. And I thought the war bands needed babysitting. Frode, was it?
Indeed. Admittedly, I expected worse. Wayfinder, under duress as always.
Wayfinder. Ah. Should have known you had a leg in this race.
I'll try talking to them. Ready as they'll ever be. Get to the point.
They thrive on the brink of chaos.
They've all endured enough trauma for a lifetime. Patience.
If we're measuring trauma and lifetimes, they wouldn't compare. Thank you for allowing us the time to speak to you all today. I apologize for the dramatic entrance. Again, I am Frode of the Astral Ward.
Frode. I've heard that name.
The Ward has been cloaked in shadow for centuries, protecting you from threats unknown and unlike the Elder Dragons.
The Cryptus.
The source of our demon infestation, I take it?
Beings of the Mists who are no longer a problem. Not right now. Our Wayfinder, your commander, can speak to that.
I joined their fight. The Cryptus have been contained.
I wouldn't be surprised if some still attempted to breach our realm, but they aren't organized.
He speaks truth, as the commander can attest. Hesitant trust is advised. Isgarin revealed himself to me not long before he revealed himself to all of you.
The Cryptus are harbingers of what may come next from the Mists.
And you say they're no longer a threat, Wayfinder?
I've been to their realm myself. They've been stabilized.
When Su-1 passed, Tyria's essence bled into the veil beyond, the Mists. You are... we are no longer shielded by her power. Every eye turned toward us in that moment, and likely more. We glow brighter than we did before. Tyria is a unique world, coveted by those beyond.
To summarize, our demons are Cryptus, and you two, the Astral Ward, are some sort of secret organization that fights them?
Not just Cryptus, but any intruder from another realm.
We've certainly faced other threats that were not born of Tyria. Why didn't you reveal yourself sooner?
Or help us with the Elder Dragons.
I will answer all of your questions, but this is not the right venue.
I'm inclined to agree. Whatever this information is, I gather it's sensitive in nature.
I imagine the room needs a moment to reflect. Shall we pause and reconvene in smaller council?
After our councils have ended, I will speak with any of you. Whatever questions you may have, I will try to answer them.
Commander, with us. We'd like to continue the conversation.
So you've met before.
Anise introduced us. Their friendship was just as much a surprise to me.
We sought another ally ahead of the forum. We've known it was time to reveal ourselves to the world. Figured this would be better than a more public spectacle.
That inclination isn't wrong. Why now, though?
The Cryptus may be controlled, or contained. But my words should cause fear. Tyria is as blood in water.
And what exactly is attracted to that blood?
Any number of beasts and beings. I've no reason to think we're in imminent danger. But I suspect something draws closer. And we all need to prepare. The Astral Ward is ready to help in any way we can.
So you've numbers then?
Some. Fewer after the Cryptus. We bled on the edge of that blade.
What do you propose we do?
Focus on your affairs. We'll get nowhere without some degree of control. Your nations are fragile still. Heal. Nourish.
We'll be establishing pacts with our neighbors. I suggest you do the same.
Wise.
On that subject, I'd like to offer some information on the Isle of Janthir.
Janthir. A storm looms over that place. Blood. That is not a territory I wish to cross.
I don't expect you to, but we may find more allies throughout those lands. The Lowland Coden.
My father spoke of them briefly. He left their territory untouched. Those are bonds I have not maintained.
I imagine there's more to this suggestion, Iskarin?
We should speak within thicker walls. Yes. Wayfinder, I don't think anyone here would be better equipped to help form these bonds. You are not only a representative of the Astral Ward, but of Tyria. Look around this room. Take it in.
I could support that notion. Yes.
Utilize Moon Camp. It's only kicking up dust otherwise. We'll send ward to your aid. All your aid. The ward will establish a gateway between our outpost and the human city. With the Queen's blessing.
Blessing granted. I support this, and you, Commander. Now is the time to fortify. The Countess will meet you in Divinity's Reach.
I've witnessed cleaner executions.
Krisha, think I'm going with the commander to Janthir. I feel a professional pull. Have little intel on that location, or these Coden, and it feels vital. Or intriguing, at least.
An Imperator leaving her post to get her claws dirty. Care to steal my mate, too? Go. Be our eyes. I can cover for us.
I'll see you there, Commander.
Nice gear.
Prompt, as expected. Welcome, Commander. The gateway is active. I've word that Malice will meet you there. Got a glimpse of the place myself. Frode gave the Queen a proper tour. He'll be expecting you, too. Though, between friends, their definition of camp is sweet. I'm sure you'll be very comfortable.
You should see the Wizard's Tower.
You are quite adapted to them, aren't you? How are you feeling about the mission, then?
Taking a wait-and-see approach. This is uncharted territory, and Janthir has quite the reputation. Venturing into Janthir to befriend Coden. Not how I envisioned that first big step.
Diplomacy is a fine craft, Commander. And making allies requires an artisan. Oh, before you depart, do we prefer Wayfinder or Commander now?
For you? I don't know if you calling me anything but Commander would sound natural.
Old habits die hard, I suppose. Good luck.
Wayfinder, the guest of honor. Welcome to Mooncamp. Vanak, if you don't remember. Fought with you against the Cryptus and Omnitas.
This is what you call a camp.
The Astral Ward? Subtle. Not a chance. Good to see you closer to ground, though. I volunteered to help with the integration. Long overdue that we got involved in Tyrian affairs. More publicly, that is. Got a few things to atone for.
Commander, Vanak was just giving us the lay of the land. Dangerous place, Janthir. Eager to scope it out.
I am as well. There's something about the atmosphere here that wilts my senses.
I didn't realize you were joining us too, Kaith.
On Dagonet's order, he didn't go into much detail about the Pale Tree's status. And perhaps it's not my place to say, but her recovery has been slower than we expected. Some days she seems weaker than the day before. We search for a remedy. The Astral Ward knows magic, and ancient magic at that. I'm hoping we can form a connection with you.
I do too, for what it's worth. And all help is good in these parts. Janthir is a nasty place to get lost. But before you touch ground, Frode wanted to speak with you, Wayfinder. Seemed urgent enough to prioritize.
Right. I'll track him down. Frode, I trust you're getting some sleep in between missions.
I used to be in charge of Mooncamp before Levente named me Warden.
Something must be serious to pull the Warden from Omnitas.
You know us well. It's true. The Lowland Coden will be fine allies of Queen Jenna and the Tyrian Alliance. That is no lie. They know these lands better than most. Janthir and the northern stretches are formidable. How much did you learn of Waiting Sorrow during your time in Omnitas?
Waiting Sorrow? Your missing wizard? Not a lot, besides the fact that she created the Heart of the Obscure.
Indeed. I've never met her, of course, as she's been missing since before Ascalon burned to the ground. This must stay between us, for now. But we suspect that she's hiding among the Coden.
You want me to find her?
It isn't a burden on your shoulders alone. The Ward is here to support in whatever way we can. But, yes, we need you to.
Is she dangerous?
She's very capable. For your own safety, expect resistance. I wish I knew more. Between us, Wayfinder, all conversation about her turns Isgaran more conspiratorial than usual.
Then I'll keep my guard up.
Good. For what it's worth, Dagda doesn't agree with him. She was also Waiting Sorrow's closest friend, so there's bias. But that's all I've got, so I'll leave you to it. Get to know the region. We'll set out in search of the Coden soon as well. They've been known to homestead along the delta and the coastline. They'll build for 100 or so years, then move. Unsure of their exact position, but I imagine we're close. We portaled Moon Camp here to avoid scaring the locals.
Probably more subtle than flying it over the bay. Good call.
Stalwart Hart pulled some research noting they're not especially keen on magic. A floating building may cause alarm. But, good luck. I'll be here to guide you as I can. Ward's busy with the reacclimation. It's going to be a long process.
Any brilliant insights from Frode, Commander?
He and I caught up and talked about the Coden. We're not exactly sure where they're settled today, but they're likely close. Astral Ward research also says that they're a little distrustful of magic. We'll want to keep that in mind.
Sounds like we've plenty to strive for, then. We should get moving. I don't know this region.
I'd recommend taking it slow. When we call Janthir treacherous, we mean it.
What can you tell us about the history of this place?
Former home of the Mersat, and later the White Mantle. From my research, there's been very little activity in recent years.
Correct. Aside from the Coden, only a few other groups have called it home. Some centaur tribes, trolls. Creatures that keep to themselves. And the Isles are another story. I recommend you read up on it. A lot of blood has been spilled here. A lot of things come to Janthir to hide from the rest of Tyria. That's why the Mersat built Bava here. Though, that place is all ruins and storms now. Hard to get close.
Bava? What's that?
Former Mersat city. Fixed in the middle of the Isles. Been abandoned for a long time. Don't think I'd want to go anyway. Maban told me about it. Didn't sound all that hospitable. He went back from time to time. Memories, I imagine. Or guilt. That's a Valraven talent. Nasty beast. The ward has little documentation, aside from a few first-hand accounts. When few travelers come through Janthir, stay away from them at all costs.
That's a Cryptus axe. I'd recognize it anywhere.
Yep. Moon Camp operated in the area during the attacks. Abark's grunts were poking at something here. Never figured out what.
Given Janthir's history, I imagine there are any number of things a demon could be drawn to. Not especially inspiring, though.
How big is Janthir?
Huge. Practically in Kryta still. But the deltas are considered a part of the Isles due to their climate and flora. It stretches far to the north, running parallel to the northern Shiver Peaks, as far as modern maps are concerned. The Isles and Bay make up most of the occupied territory, with some coastal regions lining the mainland. There was even a small human outpost on the Isles, but it's long abandoned now. Don't know a lot about it.
Not a good place to be, then. So quiet.
Reminds me of Drizzlewood. Abundant vegetation. I wonder how much of this is edible.
I learned a long time ago not to eat strange plants. Now, where should we go first?
Sounds like something to be determined by a wayfinder.
We should follow that stream. See where it leads.
Goodness, look at you. This is a very old tree. Imagine the stories it could tell us. Standing tall and strong, protecting the smaller growth.
Eyes up, Keith.
It may be dangerous, but this place... it's stunning.
That's one word for it. I wonder where the flow of water will take us. Strong. Watch out for the cliff. Wouldn't make for a nice fall.
Never mind the cliff. Watch out!
Those things.
Must be Valraven. Talons look just like the one Vinok showed us.
Janthiri flora is fascinating. And probably very toxic.
Ward, I need assistance now! Alchemy! It won't calm!
Treacherous, eh?
Better check it out. Together, everyone!
What has them so riled up?
To a populated camp is concerning behavior.
Bet it has something to do with that distress call.
Reasonable take.
Claw marks.
And from quite a large beast, I imagine.
Footprints and more claw marks. Chase them away from camp.
Blood. We better hurry.
Anyone! Help us!
Come on.
Curious garbs you wear. Perhaps something sturdier would do you better in these parts. Which of you is the leader?
Commander?
I'm in charge.
I've looked at those great walls all my life. Proud, the humans. I'd like to get to know you. I'm sure the Claw would, too. The sun is fading. Wherever you traveled from, our village is likely closer. Follow. We've got a fire for you to sit by.
Thank you.
We'll follow, but who are you?
Barbed Veil. Come. You can help us lead the journeykin to safety. But we must move quickly, unless you want to lose yourself in the woods. Our nights have been far darker. The Valraven watch.
Journeykin? You mean that wild animal?
Fascinating beasts they are. Came to us from far away. They need protectors.
It's enraged again?
Stay calm. Help it release that energy, just like last time. Strong.
Strong.
Again, keep your voices stable. Help it relax.
Strong. We're your friends.
Good, good.
Starting to think that it's enjoying this.
It could be. Let it release that energy. Welcome.
And so close to camp. I was expecting a little more of a hike.
It's been a long while since we've let the outside in. Travelers avoid these lands, and for good reason. Not intentional isolation, that is. It isn't my story to tell, however. And we're nearing the pen. Here, Commander. Use this to calm the beast.
What is it?
Food. Animals, especially feral ones, only know a life of hunting, fighting for their food. A kind interaction and a gift is sometimes all it needs to learn trust. More creatures lost in the wild.
A claw of the Coden that I've never heard of, huh?
They found them in the forest, defending themselves against this one.
I'm glad we intervened before any lives were lost. Come, we should speak.
As a delegate of the Tyrian Alliance, it's good to meet you, Stoic Alder.
Interesting. I never thought Tyria capable. Clearly, we've plenty to discuss. Come. The village welcomes you.
I'll tend to our friend.
Thankfully, you've stumbled into the kindest alcove in Janthir. Seems we have visitors. Rather unexpected in our keep. Welcome the Tyrian Alliance.
Tyria has allied? Amusing joke you play, leader.
Your skepticism is understandable. But given the severity of recent threats, Tyria needed to act fast. And unitarily.
Threats? Surely the strangers do not walk among all lands.
If you mean the creatures attacking from mist portals, I'm afraid so. We call them cryptis.
Ah, mist portals. It's of the flesh stalkers that this alliance speaks. Yes. As foes, they proved fatal ones. Lives lost on your front as well, Jan.
I'm afraid so. And allying proved the viable solution, finally.
Fear can be a supreme unifier, or divider, depending on how it is channeled. So, this is why you come to my hearth, with eyes carrying intention. A bid to join your alliance.
Who knows what other threats the mists might bring? Should that happen, we'll have strength in numbers.
I respect your good intentions, but need time to ponder its implications for our own. For now, that is my decision. At this time, I extend our visitors the opportunity to speak with our council members.
Why, hello there. Rai Lycan, humble lore master of the lowland. Long before our tribe came to inhabit Janthir, we hailed from a sanctuary far in the north. In those times, we were led by two honored Coden, a claw chosen by the people, Alder's role, same as his mother before him. Also, a voice. She was chosen by Koda himself to share in his mind, ultimately proving her worth by the trial of faith. A trial that would prove both to her detriment and the tribe's. Mid-trial, nearly crushed by the weight of madness, she fled. Some call it cowardice. I believe it was the will to survive that seized her from the brink of oblivion. The same will our claw channeled in the trial's aftermath. Rather than risk ruin, he led the tribe south, to Janthir. Given time, some Coden found themselves called back by the will of Koda, a call they followed to Or. The rest, our forebearers, remained. And it is here, free from gods, tried only by nature, that we find our sanctuary. Well, at least, that's the speech I've prepared for the Cubs' annual history visit. I fear it sounds a bit rehearsed.
The role of Claw was taken, so I settled for a title more modest.
My son has some years before he claims such expertise, though his mind is sharp. Observing our council provides him practical education, instills discipline.
Boy Zero, son of Stoic Alder and Silken Weir. You? A wayfinder losing their way in our woods. And now Commander. That has a strong sound to it. But if you insist, lost your wayfinder.
Ah, seems our visitor also claims two names. We of the lowland drop formality with those we most respect. Right, Pokey?
Yes, Pa.
Leader, best we return to the planned agenda, pressing as it is.
Your concerns are sensible, graced by fire. Boys Darrow, I'm afraid our discussion shall prove as stuffy to our guests as the air in this hall. Show them around.
But we've only just... A fine idea. Best they enjoy the weather while it holds. Meet me outside when you're set.
Alliance, I deem you welcome visitors, for the time being. Feel free to acquaint yourselves with our town. Fortunate for you, the embers of our summer season burn brightest. May your time here pass well.
One more thing for my list of accomplishments.
Here you have it, Harvest Den. Much to keep a newcomer occupied, especially this time of year. Have one last hurrah before the deep freeze sets in, then our time of torpor begins.
Weren't you supposed to show us around?
That's the trick. Nice and easy now.
Eat my dust!
Gnaw his house down before a stern word crosses his tongue.
You're the Wayfinder? Gonna let me take a look at your weapon there, yeah? That's a tiny rock shooter. Neat.
Springtime festival.
And now for a brief intermission as the arena is ready for our next event.
Like someone who doesn't mind getting a little soot on you, eh? Got plenty of ore here ready for snow.
Not fair! You cheated!
You're not headed to the real. I was.
Didn't Rhythm tell you where I was? Not fair! You cheated! Did Caden Rhythm tell you where I was? Not fair! You cheated!
How about a test of strength, Outlander? With my shield up,
So you're a plant person? Can you make your own food? Do animals graze on you?
Making friends already, Kaith?
Delightful, aren't they? What I love about children is their shamelessly charming lack of tact.
Willow, focus. We're training, not harassing newcomers.
But how pretty she is! I love her flowers best of all.
How sweet. These were a gift from a very dear friend.
Pick up the pace,
Dragon
folks.
friend.
Lose to a visitor, you will?
There's a dragon
You
here
shame
as well?
yourselves.
I'm afraid we're on this adventure without her.
Fine, Joe.
She's
Have to point your mind
resting.
alone.
And she's more than
Cease
earned it.
bickering and move.
Something you have not, Willow. Back to your sets.
Could complete these with my eyes closed. Now this newcomer looks like a fine sparring match for you, Swift Rapids.
Never trained with spears before.
Really? Bet you'd take to it naturally. Talk to my sparring partner, Mists of Dawn.
Time's
She'll help
up.
you get a feel for
Spears
it.
down.
Most
Everyone
crewmen
back
train in
here.
spears before they can talk.
Our newcomer wins, fair
Some
and square.
prefer to exercise their
Take
jabbering
note,
jaws.
Coach. With practice,
Thank
you'll
you for
perform
letting
with
us
the poise
watch.
of our friend one day.
It was the others. They let me down.
Say that every time you do.
Lose every time you do. Next time I'm on the newcomers team.
Overall impression is really coming along.
That looks valuable.
Hey, Wayfinder! Janthir is wild terrain. You must prepare for the unexpected.
I achieve things. I'm an achiever.
but a test of strength, Outlander. My shield's up. See if you can break my defense.
Please keep all mounts out of the stands. They get plenty grubby already. Don't need muddy tracks in wayward droppings soiling them further.
Hey, Wayfinder! Janthir is wild terrain. You must prepare for unexpected...
helping me today? Barb Vale must have sent you. I could use an extra spear anyway. Our target is quick. Tether it with your journeykin, and when it's weak, attack. No needless suffering. The village was gifted a few communication devices, so I'll be with you. Always do it with respect tucked close to our heart, and with grace to avoid suffering.
Pollination fuels my indignation! Healthy flowers mean well-fed bees, and that means honey abounds. Not to mention berries, veggies, and grains. Without bees to pollinate them, they simply wouldn't be. So take pride in your work, Buzzy.
That looks valuable.
You too, visitor. Sweet as honey you are to me. Visitor, dearie, now that the grueling grub work is over, the fun begins. Unless you're timid of heights, though you seem the strapping adventurer sort. With the flowers flourishing and the bees in business, the honey flows plentiful. Take advantage, we must. See these trees? Grab a honey pot, then hippity-hop your way to the tippity-top. Like roots in the ground, countless are the routes you may take. None are right or wrong, so long as you're heading up. When you reach a hive, fill your honey pot, then bring it here. Hives thrive in these trees, so you needn't look far. Attention! The honey races are ready to begin! On your marks, get set, buzz off! Look at you go! The speed, the moxie! Right you are, buddy, like a poised worker bee in action. Look at you go! The speed, the moxie! Right you are, Buzzy, like a poised worker bee in action.
To remember me. Refreshing.
expecting me today? Barbed Veil must have sent you. I could use an extra spear anyway. Our target is quick. Tether it with your journey kit, and when it's weak, attack. No needless suffering. The village was gifted a few was an impressive hunt. If we must kill, we should always do it with respect tucked close to our heart, and to avoid suffering.
Look at you go! The speed, the moxie! Right you are, Buzzy, like a poised worker bee in action. Look at you go! The speed, the moxie! Worker bee in action.
And now the fun begins. Ready to grow big and strong, little sproutling?
Yeah, impressive. Oh, impressive indeed. You have the spark.
Oh.
Your skill is remarkable. Nearly ward-level caliber.
Nearly. You don't say.
I admit, your respect for your craft shines through in the results. The tree stands strong, brimming.
I don't take my responsibility to them lightly. Now the fun begins. Ready to grow big and strong.
This timber shall serve us well.
Impressive. Oh, impressive indeed. You have the spark.
Oh.
This will suffice. The woods gift us a rich bounty. Would be selfish to demand more from it. Or from you, Wayfinder. Tree Tender, I respect your work. However, unless you remain in our woods for good, your impact is only temporary.
This is true. Though aspects of my work can be learned and imitated, I'd be eager to teach you if you're open to it. There are plenty of ways to channel and attune to nature. Many use less intensive magic than what the ward favors. The results won't be as immediate, but I suspect you'll find them more aligned with your lifestyle and ethics.
If the same level of respect is maintained, I am open. Perhaps the Claw would be eager to hear of this as well.
Indeed. Let us see what other tricks you've got up your sleeve.
Oh, snuck up on me there. Take it you're a fellow mushroom enthusiast? Join me in foraging. Easier work with two. Just pick them, then taste test to see if they're any good.
Are they safe?
The mushrooms? Oh, barely mellow. Roast that one with some fresh game. Could saute that in some honey wine.
Need to stop getting into these situations. I don't have enough energy. Need to stop getting into these situations.
A little rock salt would go great on that. Could saute that in some honey wine.
Need to stop getting into these situations.
Oh, a right feast. But my mouth waters just eyeing our bounty. Fortunate, too.
You can never
Seems
have
more
too
and more
much treasure.
poisonous mushrooms are popping up.
Refreshing.
What on the damn tundra happened?
Mushroom King. Oh, must have poisoned me while I was preoccupied. I always bring ice water as a precaution. It seems I was too far gone to remember to use it. Many thanks for subduing him and aiding my collection. Now, where did I leave off with these notes?
You can never have too much treasure.
The feline companions of the lowlanders. What do they call them?
Journeykin.
As a species, they seem to possess some type of magic. How that magic
Until next time.
the vision crystal in my pocket nearly
spooky. There's one to remember me by. Finished.
A hunter! Glad you're here, I am. Thought Barbell was said it's not an easy hunt just being a reindeer and all. Something's got this one all worked out. Need to tether it to your journey.
Refreshing. That went better than I expected. Now I'll have to make another one. Give my creation life. That's a compliment. Red, you're powerful spooky. You're on the move.
Okay, with your net. Tire it out!
You almost got it! About you. Well, I thank you. Never seen a reindeer quite that cracked between the antlers. Had to be done.
Allied dust.
Rejuvenation, improved circulation. Go on for days, but I've nothing worse than a frigid bath. Grab some hot water and heat that pool.
I could stay here forever.
This hot spring?
Benefits from oxidation, detoxification, rejuvenation, improved circulation. Go on for days, but I have a story to write. Say, an offer for you is
Spring.
whenever you please. That offer will be worth your while. Nothing worse than that. Grab some hot water and heat that pool.
Tail off. Need more heat. Appreciate it.
Oil me to stew or more.
That pool's much too toasty. Cool it down with some ice.
That's what these aching pies
Feeling a bit woozy before you eat. Exquisite.
It burns!
Grab some hot water and heat that pool.
This hot spring
really clears the sinuses. I can smell it.
heat. I appreciate it, boy. Heat.
Fine, sir. A true labor of love maintaining these springs, and you've done superbly. Come back anytime, relax.
Only halfway done. Running out of strength you are, I can tell.
One more thing from my list of accomplishments.
dead are rising. Protect the bearkin. We cannot leave the bog empty-handed.
I'm an achiever.
fishy friend will be swimming freely again.
Be careful you do not disrupt the schools. The fish are vital to my bearkin.
You can never have too much treasure. Armored up.
here, Master, for my sharp sense of style. Let's see you hold your own against mine.
How about a test of strength? When I sealed up, see if you can break my defense. When my guard's up, think strategically. Head-on attacks don't always land, so get creative.
I achieved. I'm an achiever.
Commander,
Catching up on the
quietly.
current affairs.
The only meeting worth attending is the one you're not invited to. Seems there's been discussion about those strangers the kid mentioned earlier. Also scouts and what I assume are journeykin, which kicked off some squabbling. Then something about Isles, and interestingly, Alliance, which led to more squabbling.
What do we have to do with any of this?
Still piecing that together. But now you see why espionage and diplomacy go together like Bover and steak and a cold ale.
If I didn't know better, I'd say you're enjoying this.
And Krisha's still trying to convince me that field work gets old after a while. Anyway, the Warclaw Master seems to be the one spearheading all this. She said to speak to her understudy, correct? Wouldn't hurt to see if you can get any info out of it. Something's definitely got them on edge. Our timing could be good or bad.
You can never have too much treasure.
And then, if the Raven
That's the trick. Nice and easy now.
That'll do for now. Thank you. Read my soul. My rhythms. One must listen and then imitate. The note rapidly. You, I think, are cut from a different cloth. Soaring.
You're not headed to the ridge, are you?
I was.
Eat my dust! Eat my dust!
Outlander, how'd you like to cuddle some sweet tourniquets and help bring them home to their
What is it?
Straight to the matter. Wayfinders waste no time on windy hellos. Pleasantries be damned.
I see Malice has gotten you up to speed on our communications.
She gifted it to me to keep in touch. A neat device, for sure.
So, you waited for me to walk here, when you could have called me.
And forego a chat face-to-face? When you're a stone's throw away? Besides, I imagine it gets tiresome being always reachable. Surely one needs uninterrupted time with their thoughts. Speaking of life's interruptions, my paw requires a favor. Some small task for which he finds you fit. Said to meet him in the lower waterfalls at an old place of ours. Making my way over.
That looks valuable.
I'll see you there. By the way, I'd make haste if I were you. My paw values promptness. Lateness won't anger him, but it surely won't impress him. I speak not from experience.
Good to know. Bye now.
I heard things are going smoothly with the Lowlanders, Wayfinder. That's good. I'd love to talk. Probably best done in person.
We'll need to be quick. I have a standing invitation with the Claw. Might know about you-know-who.
There you are. Tell me, how are the lowland Coden?
They're a little skeptical, but welcoming. Some creature has them on edge.
My ward has reported the same, the good and the mysterious. Strangers pending. I'm glad it's going well. Now, as for your second mission, any sign of her?
Not yet. Though that Barbed Veil character definitely turned a few heads.
It's a journey, not a race. Haven't gotten much more out of Iskaran myself. I asked Dagda about her departure. Claims that it was a building reaction to the deaths of Boss and Akeem, former court members. Started isolating herself. She was detached from the rest of them, left a note before she fled. But that's all I've gotten so far. I'll let you know if anything else kicks up. Before you head back to the village, Vanak wanted to speak with you about something. A couple rift sightings outside of Mooncamp. Probably good to stay on top of that.
Cryptus, you think?
Maybe not. Could be the strangers. But I bet the Coden would appreciate it. Could swing them to joining the Alliance.
Feline companions of the lowlanders. What do they call them?
Journeykin.
Wayfinder, thanks for stopping by. Know you're busy, but I'd like your eyes on this one. Not sure how much Frode said, but we've had a few rift sightings in the area. Don't think it's Cryptus, but I'm not thrilled. That's something you can look into.
Of course.
helping me today? Vale must have sent you. I could use an extra spear anyway. Our target is quick. Tether it with your journeykin, and when it's weak, attack. No needless suffering. The village was gifted a few communication devices, so I'll be with you the whole way. A little scary what technology has become.
Refreshing.
was an impressive hunt. If we must kill, we should always do it with respect tucked close to our heart, and with grace to avoid suffering. Respectable, your kinship and your work.
And now the fun begins. Ready to grow big and strong, little sproutling?
Impressive. Oh, impressive indeed. You have the spark.
Oh.
The fun begins. Ready to grow big and strong, little sproutling?
Impressive. Oh, impressive indeed. You have the spark.
Oh.
Timber!
Your skill is remarkable. Nearly ward-level caliber.
Nearly. You don't say.
I admit, your respect for your craft shines through in the results. The trees stand strong, brimming with health.
I don't take my responsibility to them lightly. Do hate seeing them in such a state. Poor thing. And now the fun begins. Ready to grow big and strong, little sproutling?
Impressive. Oh, impressive indeed. You have the spark.
Oh.
This will suffice. The woods gift us a rich bounty. Would be selfish to demand more from it. Or from you, Wayfinder. Tree Tender, I respect your work. However, unless you remain in our woods for good, your impact is only temporary.
This is true. Though aspects of my work can be learned and imitated, I'd be eager to teach you if you're open to it. There are plenty of ways to channel and attune to nature. Many use less intensive magic than what the ward favors. The results won't be as immediate, but I suspect you'll find them more aligned with your lifestyle and ethics.
If the same level of respect is maintained, I...
Janthir proves a mysterious land, Wayfinder, even for the Ward. Each question answered, unearthed several more. And these wisps are no different. Studying them can give the Ward insight into their purpose.
Moon Camp seems to be in working order. I was expecting at least some damage in warping it from such a distance.
I don't know why we didn't glide it from the northern bay, though. Would have been a smoother journey.
We needed to maintain at least a little subtlety, perhaps. We would have scared the fur off the lowlanders' backs.
Guess you're right.
Anything to report, Roxy?
Warden, yes. We've got Astra Ward at every lowland outpost. They've got 3 main establishments. The main village, Harvest Den, and 2 more farther west.
That's how it's done.
More people should learn to bark. More people should learn to bark. What do you need?
Speak quickly.